G'day guys. Alright, I need to put a real disclaimer here. So in this video, there is religious content and this is my opinions. So if you're sensitive and one of those really, really fundamentalist bastards, please don't continue watching. However, I insist you do. But bear in mind, that's what this topic is about. Alright, so my original plan with this video was to actually do this with my boyfriend. Now, the reason for that is because he can be quite the cheeky little bastard and has quite some interesting comebacks, shall we say. And with that, we probably would have done a good cop, bad cop kind of thing. However, getting him on camera is a little bit of a bitchy thing, and I've kind of had this idea to do this video for a while now, since seeing this fundamentalist YouTuber's video on Ouija boards. Now, how I got to this was watching Black Friday's reaction video to it, and basically the one thing that this guy had right is you don't fuck with Ouija boards. That is like the only thing that he had right. Now, here's why I'm making this video. I am so sick and tired of people of whatever religion, whatever faith system, completely bagging the shit out of each other and disrespecting another's religion. Now, this is my view. Respect my religion, I'll respect yours. Say shit about mine, get ready. And I know that's a really bad mentality, but I am sick to the teeth of people constantly misunderstanding another's religion. And a big thing which is really interesting is, you guys probably will notice this, I'm always wearing necklaces in my videos. These two do not come off. Now, I did actually have my pentacle break last year, and this is a new one. I don't take these off for personal reasons. Now, that being said, I wear both the pentacle and the cross. And you might think, what the fuck? They do not go together. Decide where you sit. Now, here's where I stand. Now, this is my view on the whole thing. All religions are correct. Every god, every goddess exists. Heaven and hell exist. Purgatory exists. It all is existing and it's relevant. However, my belief is that everyone is born under a certain system. Not just the one that you're born into, but however you're born under an umbrella. So, personally, I grew up, I was baptized as a Catholic as a kid, but my parents were never really severe on it. The most religious person in that side of my family is actually my grandparents on my father's side. So I grew up with that. I've been to Christian and Anglican schools my whole life. However, back when I was in junior school, this was the most strictest Christian school that I've ever been to. But I never fit in, as I've probably said previously. And personally, I tried. I really, really tried. But there was something in me that just didn't click. And when I got out of that school, I felt like I could breathe a little bit easier because I wasn't feeling like I had to believe this. That wasn't me. I was not born to the Christian God, if that makes sense to you guys. Then when I was 16, I discovered Wicca through friends and my older sister. Now, through this, after this, and I became a Wiccan, this spiritual weight had been lifted off of my shoulders. I had found which religion I personally belonged to. So that's how I discovered that I was a Wiccan. That's where I laid. That's what I was born under. That's where I was supposed to be, faith-wise. And it made sense to me. So that's where I am. I am still Wiccan to this day, even though I also wear a cross. Now, I have actually personally had experiences with both sides, as in I have recently had certain experiences with the Christian, Anglican, Catholic God and that, but I've also had a lot more experiences with the Wiccan, pagan gods and goddesses. So I have had experience on both sides of the spectrum. So this is where I started to think that all of them exist. There's not just one. They all exist. And I mean, religion goes way, 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 way back. I mean, I'm pretty sure the oldest religion is Hinduism. And, paganism probably isn't really that far behind that. And what's sad is, with paganism and that, it's really nature-based. And, we've come so far from that. And I do find that a little bit sad. But what I am really sad about is how religion is getting used as this weapon. I mean, a majority of wars, at least in my opinion, have probably been started because of religious conflict. And it's ridiculous. I mean, everyone should be allowed to believe what they believe. Now, here's the thing with atheists. This is my opinion on them. They haven't exactly been born to a god or a goddess. However, that doesn't mean they don't have a faith system. That doesn't mean that at all. It's just like they might find a spiritual entity that they connect with. They might have an interest in the spiritual world themselves, but they may not believe in an all-time creator. And that's okay. Because that's where they are supposed to be. And it doesn't, and another thing that I want to talk about right now is Satanism. Now, I don't know a lot about this. However, the biggest thing that's interesting is I will actually put a link down below to Watch Mojo's top 5 facts on Satanism. But the biggest thing is that it's actually atheistic. It does not believe in a god or the devil. It's more about self-worship. And this is the biggest thing. Basically, one of the first rules is do not have sex with someone unless you've been given the mating signal. Now, to my very vague knowledge, I don't think that is mentioned in pretty much any other religion, except probably paganism and that, because it goes back to the do not do unless consent, because I'm pretty damn sure there is nothing in the Bible about that. But here's the other thing. If you don't have a secure belief system, like a secure belief in a god or a goddess or whatever, then you're free to pick and choose. But here's another problem is things get misinterpreted between religions and things like that. I mean, someone could say that this is wrong and this is right. I mean, it's not all black and white. It's all very, very grey. And honestly, I don't care if you guys who are subscribed to me have a problem with me saying this and I lose subscribers. I don't care. Because this is my personal opinion and I think this is the way it should be. Which is, everyone should be respectful of somebody else's religion. I mean, personally, I don't know why, there's all of this bullshit going absolutely nuts about people who are of different faiths. I mean, we live in a world full of different cultures and backgrounds and all of that, and yet it's almost like so many people are really close-minded and think that just because you're worshipping something other than their faith, you're going to be going to hell or you worship the devil. That is the biggest thing that pisses me off, is that people think that just because you're Wiccan, that someone's a Wiccan or pagan or whatever, they think they worship the devil. And the truth is, we don't. What we worship is the earth. Yes, you've got gods and goddesses, but they all have connections to the earth and things like that. Now, I will say this, probably the most miscommunicated and confusing god that we've got is the Green Man. And this one is a man who has lived his life as both the hunter and the hunted, which is why he's got the head of a goat and the body of a man. So, there we go. Does that clear a little bit up for you? And it's just, don't assume that someone's immediately evil. Now, personally, I wear my pentacle with pride. I do not hide the fact I am Wiccan. And it's really, really sad that, people should be like, you should be hiding this. This isn't, my religious views are my own. My practice is my own. And it's all my own journey. And I have had a bit of a struggle getting to this spiritual point. But the truth is, everyone's got their own spiritual journey. Let them live theirs. You can have your own opinion. But it comes back to the whole thing I was talking about in my last video with the whole, we have so much emphasis on the things that don't matter. It should be a person's actions. If they've got really shitty actions, then go ahead and judge them however the hell you want. But if they're a good person, it shouldn't matter what religion, what sex, what color they are, what sexuality, if they've got any mental disorders. It doesn't matter. If they're a good person, they are a good person, no matter what. And if they are a bad person, then they are a bad person, no matter what. Don't let their belief systems cloud your judgment of that. So yeah. The biggest thing I want you guys to take away from this video is, if you know people of different faiths, don't go out and just preach your religion to them. I'm bound, if people preach their religion to me, I will do it right back, because I take serious offense. And it's just like, you're bagging my religion, why the hell can't I bag yours? It is called karma, and it is fair game. I've got a point, don't I? Alright guys, I'll see you in my next video. Take care, and please start respecting each other more.